Hey everybody. So back again. Sorry on a different date. Had some obligations yesterday, so couldn't stream. I'm back here, and I'm back with my list, and it's even more fun. So we have a lot of things to do. Short stream, but I don't know how short it will be. But we still have a lot of things to do, and I have some updates for you guys to show you. But that's in a second. I'll see if I have everything ready. Fine, looks good. I think that the size will be good. I like to remove all of some. I don't know. Can I do like? I will. Correct one. Okay, can I remove that one? No. That's worst decision ever. That one. Okay. So I'm back. And more games today. Last time we finished Pathfinder, Pillars of Eternity 1, Pillars of Eternity 2, Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2. So my list got a bit of an update. As you see, I've got some weights, totals of the category and things like that. Added some math. So since I added some math, I can compare games. That's what I like the most, because they're math calculated. And for example, if you look at the gameplay, I need to make it more pretty, but that's later. So for gameplay, it looks that Deathfire and Eternity are the best for me. No, Baldur's Gate 2 is best for me for now. Eternity 1 and 2 are second place. Kingmaker third or fourth place. And Baldur's Gate 1 the least. Gameplay. For narrative, Baldur's Gate not even comparable to anything. You go into graphics. Wait. Am I talking correctly? Right. I go into graphics. Due to high aesthetics values, Baldur's Gate 2. I know that it's not that pretty anymore compared to other games, but the aesthetic is really good. It's darker, grimier, so it's a bit higher than Kingmaker. Get it too high? I'm not sure if it's 7. If it's better than aesthetics are similar. It should be like that. Yeah, I'm well at it. I'm still tweaking some values here and then, so yeah. So then Pillars of Eternity 1, the best. Yep, that would be fine. Great aesthetics, great visual design. Technical, yeah, that's Pillars. Pillars after some point just got balanced quality, performance. There are some issues, of course. They're not perfect, but yeah, compared to Pathfinder, that's so much different. QoL. Newer games will have wait. Higher QoL than the Baldur's Gate, so that's where the old games suffer. Audio, Deathfire due to a lot of voice acting. Social here, it's multiplayer and community. That's where Baldur's Gate shine. So that would be the values, but I have a final score. Let's make it. Let's make it white. Automatic. So yeah, if we look at the values, 67% for Pillars of Eternity, and for now, it's my favorite cRPG. That's how it looks. There are some bonuses for extra. I did some calculation and did some extra, but Vermin Lord, hello. I did some calculation. And it looks like healers are slightly ahead. Then the Fire 2, Kingmaker, and Baldur's Gate 3 are exact phone place 2. Probably there are some small difference, but I'm fine with saying an exactly on the same spot. What that number means, because I know that most of the people don't like 67 or 58%, or I need to have a number. I need to know a value, how high, what's higher, lower, and everything like that. So that's why I have a value calculated in a specific way. How I treat that value, it's how this game is comparable to me, I would say, works for me. So, how much things do I like, and how much things I whine about, and or yeah, they should change that, that should change that. So if we look at Pillars of Eternity, here I would say that for 2 good things, I will find 1 bad thing. So 2/3 of everything is great, and there is 1/3 of the things that I would like to have improved, something like that. So there will be never a game that's 100%. 100% would be a game where somebody just stolen my ideas, my thoughts from my head, broke into my head, and prepared based on that game, and probably even that I wouldn't be satisfied in 100%. So yeah, I don't think that we'll ever see 100 here, and also I don't think I will ever see 1%, because yeah, 1% or 0% would be a game made to torture me, especially me. So that's more of a score. It's more, yeah, that's a game that I really like, and I think that I later will have to add some things like that. I think that currently watching at the values will go farther, and I will know more how the values look. But for now, everything that is 60% plus is it's an awesome game. That's so 70% plus. I think it would be a masterpiece level. I can easily call. If we'll find something 70 plus, I think it's a masterpiece. By the way, Verminal, how are you doing? How's your day going? Everything that's 50% plus, it's more good than bad. And I think it's a good day. That's my rough feeling of those values. But we'll see. Let's continue, because today we are starting with Original Sin 2. I need to time to beat. Did I switch the screen? Yeah, it's good. Let me know if the music in the background is too loud, too quiet. There should be some music from Original Sin 2, because it has a great soundtrack. So how long to beat Original Sin 1 Enhanced Edition? I need to add that, because for now it doesn't impact at all the time to finish, but I just wanted to have it. 82 hours, so a long game. Yeah. So let's continue. What do I want? What do I start with? Combat system. So I don't forget. Turn-based mode. That is a good turn-based mode. It's an 8. It's an 8. Level design, clarity, ideas, annoying, complex. I would say that it's. I would say it's even like. I'm just wondering because that's Enhanced Edition 1. You can go almost wherever you want, but the freedom, no, it's. There are a few places where you don't know where to go. That's confusing, especially later on. Diversity is quite huge, but there are also narrow paths. Say it's an 8.5. It's a solid value. Progression, builds, level options, how often you are rewarded, 0 to, yeah. That's the place where I have issue with original sin. 1 and 2. They have option to do whatever you want, but you don't feel that well rewarded. Especially 2. 1 was decent, but you got to highest levels too early for me. So I got too early to highest level spells to continue playing, and I was always burned out. In both of those games, I was burned out before the end of the game. Not 9s, not 8.5, I would say. Baldur's a bit higher than Baldur's, I would say it's a 7. There's some options, there is a progression, there are items and things like that, but it's 7 or 6.5. I would say 6. You're rewarded often, but not really powerful, not really amazing. Yeah, let's do it. 7. 6.5. No, I'm staying with 6.5 because you are getting the final levels too early for spells, feats, and there's nothing else after the progression. Feat, dialogue, system, skill. There's not that much. There are a lot of options that you can solve the quests nicely. So for that, I want to give it a bonus. So. Number of systems, spells, feats. There is a lot, but the diversity is not that strong. It's okay. I would say that it's in total a 7. It's strong, it's good. Tactician mode, difficulty curve. In most of the cases, you still strong fights, till the end even. I would say that difficulty is a nice 8. It's not Baldur's. It's not as good as Baldur's Gate 2. It's a nice 8. Content, a lot of things to do, but is there? That's the thing. There are a few quests that you can do. Side quests, but you don't have too much story except for the main story. I would say that it's more combat oriented than side quests and nothing to do. No specific, a lot of bounty hunting or something like that. I would say that I always felt like I'm just pushing the main story. Some small quests, but not that really in the original thing. There are some things in Enhanced Edition that they made it better, but I would say Thug Two-Handed Fighter, and you want to do what's the name of the frightening so charisma based terrifying, or you are going with just damage and you took due to no reason. Because I'm assuming that you are talking about strength, charisma-based two-handed fighter with levels of thug to be able to do dazzling display, and you are going dazzling display. Fear, and you will be doing the shatter defenses. What's the name of that feat again? Dreadful Carnage, and the other one, where you're two-handed reach weapons, probably. That's what I'm guessing, because that's what people do. Okay, content. Not Baldur's Gate. Okay, clear. Birding, hi, hello, how are you? So yeah. And why two-handed fighter? Just wondering why two-handed fighter. For the extra damage from the bonuses that you get there, and a lot of feats, right? So you want to have a lot of feats and a bonus from... You are not planning to tank too much, right? So just fear everything, and if it runs, that's enough. And you are on the second line or something like that. Okay. Doable. Okay. So for content for... Okay. Clear. Good luck. So... Content for Divinity Original Sin. There's some, but it's not that... I would say it's a level 7. There is not that much of extra except for the main story. There is some, but it's not that crazy. Okay, dialogues. Yeah, I would say that's where the game shines, especially Original Sin 2, but I will give it even an 8. I like because there's a lot of options you can do. There's a lot of fun and things. Plot twist, decisions, impact, introduction, ending. 7. There is some plot twists, but the whole story is just... Yeah, sisters, yeah, you fight them, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, but there are a few things like Boracus Rex that I remember from the plot, and that was nice. The feeling of the first act is really good there. Later, it's just... Let's do not 753, 75. Freedom. I would say that's the level of Pillars of Eternity. Are locked in your Act 1. So by the acts you are locked. But definitely not. Yeah, so I would say 7 is a solid number of the freedom. You can go fight difficult enemies if you want in the beginning. Totally fine. For custom companions, could you take... You can go Lone Wolf, but you don't have custom companions. You have, but they are limited, so you have to do some options to have the ones that you want. You cannot play it solo, really. You have to go with Lone Wolf, then you can duo. Yeah, no, it's a 6. Or if 5 even. If Pathfinder is 5, I would say that you guys are not that much. 5.5. Yeah, NPC party. I'm mostly playing Lone Wolf. due to the fact that companions. Yeah, there was a lady with a long sword or a very big sword. There was an archer. The best companion that was there was the mute guy that didn't talk anything and just write things on your paper. But I think they didn't aim for great party and story companions. More they aimed for a good combat and playthrough, and that you can play it with your friends. That was more of the case, or that you can have fun with it. So I would say it's a 4. I don't even 3.5. Party support adversary. Yeah. Big bad and side quest and yeah. No, Larian, you did it. That fire is worse, but you... Yeah, definitely. If you have a decision between cheese vendor, yeah, correct. No one sells as many cheese as the man has as many friends as man with many cheeses. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's. I will give 0.5. If I remember correctly, they are worth it. They are worth it because you get a bonus from the power attack. Instead of 1.5 from strength, you'd get 2 times the strength, and that's quite a lot, especially if you crit. So with a foul card, it's definitely a strong pick to pick two-handed fighter instead of a normal fighter. Are there better classes for two-handed weapons? Probably yes, but or they are. There are different options. Yeah. Sword Saint, one of them, or anything like Barbarian with an extra multiplier on crits. That's nice. But I think two-handed fighter will be good for you. Okay, aesthetics. Not a vampire gothic. It's a fantasy, but rather cartoony. Because Divine 2 is more grim, but 1 is a bit cartoony. I would say it's a 5. Oh, 6. It's on the same level for me as Kingmaker. Nice, flashy, cartoony. A Fiddledee. It's still nice due to the fact that I would say it's a nice 7. You can run it now and it looks nice due to the fact that it's a bit cartoony. Say 6.5. Cinematics cutscenes. Yeah, that's something that they were low on. I think budget for cutscene. That's something that's glowing in Baldur's Gate 3. Glowing really high. So yeah, that is an intro. 3.5. No. There are some. I remember that there are some 4. Effects, spells. It was nice. It's on a solid level. It's a 6. I would say, yeah. Maybe fine, but 5.5. Technical. Performance. Yep. Not that bad. I don't remember any issues with Original Sin maybe some performance, but very low. It was fixed quickly. No frame rates, loading times. No loading times. That's what I wanted to say. Because you had full whole act in one map, no loading times. I'm giving it a solid 8.5. Larians did it perfectly. Bugs. Game breaking. Build. Oh, 9. Mechanics, interact, AI. Yeah, skill mechanics. The fire exploding, all of the interactions. Yeah, that's a solid 9. They did technical part really well in this game. QLL. Controls, tips, combat log, all on high level 7. And saving in combat, that's a very high. You could do some no custom companions. I think there was some option of respec. I don't remember, so I will have to double check. I would say it's a 9 in 8. There's no custom companions. I'm just wondering how much voice acting was there. I think it was a lot. I don't remember if everything. I know that Divine 2 had everything. I will leave it to be checked. Yeah, I know. I know, but Vermin Lord, my question is, have you ever played previous Larian games before Original Sin that are in Rivellon? And I'm talking about Divine Divinity, Divinity 2, Eco Draconis, what was there? One more. I think there was Beyond Good and Beyond Divinity, and there was the Dragon one, but that one was horrible. Because the lore is based on a thing that they created, the world that they created. The lore was created already in 90s. I think it was 99 or something like that. When they released the first game, they created Rivellon. And the whole story of elves, lizardmen, orcs, humans, dwarves, everything was set there. And they're keeping it to it. So for somebody that played Original Sin 1 or 2 as first, probably, yeah, it's just a funny world. And for me that I played Larian games for 20 years already, so I just, oh yeah, that's Rivellon. I feel at home. It's cartoonish. It's a bit stupid, over the top. Oh, that would be the better word. But it fits. It fits once you get used to it. Okay, I don't remember if it's full path or it's a very high path. I think it's at least 6. I will double check. Let's check. Google. Does Original Sin 1 have full voice acting? Enhanced edition, fully voice acted. That's why I remember it. Yep, it's a 10. Music. Oh yeah, the one has a very amazing Kirill Polvosky did many amazing themes, and that's one of the soundtracks that I could listen all the time. So yeah, I'm doing here a 9. It's amazing. Very good. Spell effects, I think it's even... They're really flashy, really... I would give it a 7. I'm not sure, I have to... Yep. Fully multiplayer, not an MMO, co-op campaign. And... a lot of mods, a lot of builds. There's not that many options, but I would say that's another... There's a lot of... I could do anything what I wanted. No, I would give it an 8, just because how well they prepared the tools that you can change the game. Okay. But by the way, birthing, if you didn't see, I did some calculation. There are some weights and things like that. So, Pillars of Eternity 67, Pathfinder 65. That's the match to me. If I would be creating a Tinder for cRPGs, that would be the 67 match, 65 match, 65 match, 60, 62, 65. And really, original sin is a 673. So that would be a master. I didn't give a pros and cons. I need to think, because I think that one is, I think, too hard. That it's too... because it's a rather 5 and it's a 6. I just want to be sure. Yeah. It's 71. Ah. It's fine. It works with me. It's a really good game. It has a lot of options. It's amazing to play with friends. Soundtrack, everything. Yeah, I think that's the best for now. So yeah, I want to see original sin 2. I think that means just very important thing for me. That the values here are not 100% perfect. Because I would say that Baldur's Gate 2 or are there better? I remember playing a lot of... Let's check. How many hours Steam? How many hours do I have in those games? That way Kingmaker has to win, but Kingmaker is just large. That's why it has so many hours. But let's look at Divinity Original Sin. Do I have it here? Where's Divinity Original Sin? Classic and Enhanced Edition. I have like 300 hours. 300 hours. Pillars of Eternity 1. Where's my... Where is my Pillars of Eternity? 700 hours. 280. Kingmaker. 1400. Yeah, I have the same issue. I don't know how to check Baldur's Gate, because yeah, I played it from the CD-ROMs. But that's true. The total hours played for me dwarfs other games. I think Pathfinder would be the highest. Baldur's Gate and Eternity would be a close second. Then only Original Sin. Okay, let me think. What are the... because this works if I have more troubles to say what is the issue with Divinity Original Sin compared to other games. If it's better matched, that means everything worked well for me. Combat system, great. I would say that the worst thing is the progression and complexity. Those two are the worst things. There's a too little option to go stronger, get better, have awesome talents, have awesome configurations. I think that I'm just doing. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is not on the same level. Baldur's Gate has 5 levels of spells with like 20. Yeah, I think I cannot do 6 and 5 if Baldur's Gate 1 is 6, 5. I would say that it's a 4 and a 3. Oh, that's low. But I think that that's the case. I think that everything else is decent. That's a 69. That's cool. I'm just wondering what's the other issue that I have and why it's not impacted. Yeah, the quality is great. The aesthetics are good. Music is great. Okay, let's leave it for now. I may need to do some tuning, but how long to beat Ori? Whoa, that's long. Yeah, but the first act, I think that the I know what I need to cut down on the level design, because the first act, I'm always thinking about the first act. The first act in Enhanced Edition is great, but the second act is good. Third act is boring. It's not clear. Yeah, I think I'm giving it too high. I think it's not higher than 7.5. Okay. Just wondering, everything else is good. What is a lot on 7.5? I'm giving. Okay. Works fine. I'm fine with that. I'm just afraid about what I see with Divine 2. This is a really strong game. Okay, it's an 8. Combat system is it? No, yeah, it is. Level design. Better. Definitely better. But not that much. I would say it's an 8. Progression. That much. It is better. But it's still low. I would say it's a 5. Number of... Yep. They did focus on something else that I would want. That has to be 4.5. That's better, but it's still difficult. It's okay. That's good. That they did well. There is more, but it's a 7. Just there's a lot of options how to do things, but there's not a lot of side content to do. And I know what I want to do. Add here. That's a very important thing. Dialogues. Tonight. Good. Again, not the perfect thing. They're lacking in that design a bit. Progression log. Playing solo companions. They have a nice option to improve the companions to make it work for you. They work well. You can do with them. I didn't have an issue playing the 4, and it's not a 6-man party. The world is soft locked, even a bit more than original Sin 1, I would say, or on a very similar level. think it's 5.5 still. Maybe 6. Yeah. PC party. Fun complex. They're better. I remember Fane now. I remember Beast. I remember the lady that sings. They definitely improved. Definitely improved. They have special abilities. That's something that I really like. So having companion, some special features. I would say 4.5, yeah, somewhere on the Deathfire level. Still at Baldur's Gate, maybe 5, yeah. Is it worse than Kingmaker? I'm just thinking. Oh, no. Nah. Let's keep it somewhere here. And that's what drove those games bad. Arc enemy. Here it's getting a bit more fun. You're right. You can play as a companion. That's another. I never tried it. I think that's a very amazing idea. I think that's a very... That was one thing that when I opened Original Sin 2, I was, yeah, that's how I want. That's how I want... yeah, I have to do that. I have to play as a companion once. It's the main character, but a companion, so I have the backstory. Yep, I will give a 0.5 here, because, yeah. No, I will give it as a bonus in a second. Didn't know. I have to try. Orc enemy with motive. Here now. Here it's 5. Aesthetics, it's the same. Fidelity, it's like 8. It's really pretty. Thematic cutscenes. Level. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's the only thing. Looking at those games, the only thing that I'm afraid that Larian will fail is the point progression and complexity. That we'll get too little features implemented. Or differently, we will get a lot of features then that don't impact on the build diversity. We'll get a druid that can transform and burrow down and avoid half of a combat, or we'll get a druid that can go into a bed and travel next to the tree and is invisible and gets some extra quests, whatever, crazy things. But I will have, okay, I get a druid that has 3 spells, or I get a mage that has 8 spells. What will I choose? Oh, and I have a fighter that has 2 spells. Yeah, but Birding, you understand to what the issue is. Alcad also does a power creep. Let's add another class, features. And I have 7 billion classes. That's Wrath of the Righteous, and I'm... When will I read all of those? I still don't know half of them. So, yep, crazy. Those guys, Okay, let's implement 2, but let's add them all the crazy features and crazy mechanics that you can do in D&D session. I want now to be able to convert my mana into a living thing, put it here, and destroy something from the top, and everything falls down, everybody died, you don't have to do any combat. That's what I'm afraid, that the game will be more of a logical than tactical, and more about how do you use those features that I gave to your class, rather than how do you build a good class. And for most of the D&D players, probably that's the better option. For me, I will be sad. Because I will be rewarded for my building less, and I will feel that I'm waiting for a next level to get some new features to play with just for too long. That's what I'm afraid. If they get those 2 points, great. But also, that's what I like. That's why I like Original Sin. The highest difficulty is not high. Tactician is a difficult setting, but it's doable with almost all combination in the Divinity Original Sin. So I'm fine probably playing anything that I don't have to be super optimized like for Unfair in Kingmaker. You just have to know which encounters do in which spot. If they not over buff, and I'm sure that they will not over buff like Alka did. I think it will be okay. Yeah, so we'll see. Technical, yeah, those games are amazing. It worked well, it didn't have any bugs. All the mechanics are working and interacting well. Everything that they have was amazing. User experience, I think it was even better. Features, you had more. I think it's 7.5 here and 5. No, not an issue. I'm just wondering what were you exactly trying to say? What divinity? Because now I'm intrigued. Voice act full. Music. I think it's... I was listening to it live, so yeah. It's a 9. Good. Multiplayer, yeah, it's a 7. Vermin Lord, I agree, but is Pathfinder different? It's Pathfinder. Really? Sword Saint? Yeah, you're a fighter, but mostly a mage. The Vivisectionist, you rogue, but mostly a mage. You play a fighter. You mostly have to buff by your party members, but you can hit it with a sword, right? I agree that original sin has it over the top. That you have those jumping lightning strikes with very hit, no normal combat. Not a mage, exactly. Knock knock, just simple. I hit hard. Yeah, but I agree with what you are saying. Of course, I know. Those and flashy. I want to teleport. I want to do things because otherwise I'm just useless. But that's the issue. I think that it's really clear there that if you don't give special features to a fighter, you're just boring. I agree, and I think that they should work better on that. I think that they should focus on tricks that don't make them flashy, but make them fun. I would say I would add a lot of grapples. I would add more pushes. I would more pulls. Maybe some kind of more roars. Yeah, I agree. I agree that it was very hard in both original scenes to do just a melee hitting warrior. And as we said, I think I will even give it here. Minus. I think it's spelled differently, but yeah, who cares? So I will give it a minus 0.35. That's a oh no. Because for both of those games, that's how I see it. For both of those games, you took a lightning mage, and that was a damage dealing stunning mage. You took a fire mage, and it was a fire dealing burn mage. Cold, there was damage dealing spells and few utility spells for every class. Across all this class, there are like 4 utilities or 10 utility spells maybe in total, and everything else is just damage dealing. And I think that is the thing that it's fine to get a fire rain and do damage, but it's just so boring to fight a 7th it's just so annoying to fight the 17th fight using the teleport and teleport those guys there, make them drop in a pile of poison and explode that poison. And 27 levels, you are still using the same spell. I think that what we lack and what made Baldur's Gate fix, what we lack is that getting new spells make you feel like you have a much wider toolkit of what you can do. That doing a multi-class or speccing into other class doesn't give you a green version of your teleport or another damage dealing spell that how many can you have? Opens the repertoire and changes how your class works, that gives you interaction. So yeah, I agree. Going into Druid and getting an option to transform and have a lot of tactical maneuverability sounds fun. But will I only get those nice feats at level 1 and level 5 I will just get a fireball, and at level 7 I will get a greater fireball? And it will not be fun. So I think that's the case. So it's not that it's the progression is good, the complexity is there, but the build diversity is just boring. Both of those games have that. Because combining a fighter with a fire mage and you have one spell that interact. Yay! So I cast a fireball and I hit it with a sword. And that's not multiclassing. So yeah, I agree with it. I think still that those two games are very high. Probably if I would, I just want to take one thing, because yeah, I think I will leave it here. I probably this suffix I should remove in total because I don't really know how to test them, but it looks so great now. Based on everything else, let's assume that SFX don't exist. It's Original Sin 2, Pillars of Eternity, and Pathfinder, Deathfire, Baldur's Gate 2, Original Sin 1 on the same spot. A third place. Let's see. Thing with my mouth. Yeah, that's true. That's why I also love in cRPGs. But other way around, I will add two things to that. 1 second. It's not that one. Percent. I want to see the values. Some of those are equally. 85, 60, 68, 67, 65, 47, 42, 35, 61. I agree. I agree that the build diversity and trying to get the best out of your team, and what I call it also is getting a 0 to hero experience. That you start struggling to perfect, to combine, to understand the mechanics, to improve the skills on your build and getting it slightly better to just survive. And over the time you feel like a destruction force that cannot be stopped. That's the most important feeling for me in the cRPGs. Understanding the mechanics, learn to build the perfect build, and then feel that progression of 0 to hero, the most powerful being in the planet, and I would say. I have the same thing with Pillars 1. That's because it's so amazing, and every class it's different there. That's why I think it's one of the best newly created engine. Because I would say that what they did for the class design, spells, skills, and things like that, at least for Pillars 1, is on a level of pen and paper implementation. It has a lot of depth, a lot of features, everything clicks well, all the classes feel unique, everything. It's perfect. And maybe not perfect. It's really, really, really good. Okay, so we are still up under the level of Masterpiece. that way. I'm just wondering if that's minus 35 here or... yeah, but other progressions are there. I don't know if I shouldn't split. Now, let's keep it. There is a decent progression. If you don't care about builds, that value should be higher for you. But I care about builds, and that's a very strong value that I don't care. I didn't care to do builds for that game. I didn't care to investigate the builds. You just take a spell and fire the firebolt and it works. Even on tactician, that's so. There is a magic value. Okay. Time to bid. Yeah, that's 36 hours. Auto, can I do it here? Combat system. It's real time with pause. So it's a 6. But to be honest, I really like the implementation that it has. Because you're fighting a small team, it's a 3-man, I think Neverwinter Nights team. We're fighting a small team. You can do a tactical pulse, you can select. Not a perfect implementation, but it has a nice feeling that the guys are always fighting. You feel that the combat is there and you just wait for your turn to cast your spells. So it's a very slow combat. That's what I like about it. There's no jumping, rushing. So I think it's 6. Yeah, level design. Yeah, that's not that good. 6. There are some maps that are fun, but there's not that much clarity. Exploration value is 5. Progression. Yeah, you feel better. At some points you feel that you are powerful, and then you encounter another enemy and you're just, oh, the game is stupid. You're rewarded quite often. There are some builds, not that crazy. I would say that it's 4.5. Some rules, there's some mechanics. They have a team, that's good. I would say it's a 4, not crazy good. Difficulty curve, yeah, the difficulty curve is a nice one. 7, 7. There are some jumps in the difficulty where you're feeling. There is a lot of quests, there is a lot of story things to do. I would say Baldur's 1, yeah, that's the level. And dialogues. Dialogues, you can choose the good, bad, or whatever. Baldur's Gate 1. I think it's on that level. Or, yeah, not plot. I would say it's a strong 8. 8.5. I would say that the KOTOR's plot is probably, if I would start now and watch it and play it, it would be it's a good plot. When I first played it 20 years ago, I was blown by the whole plot of Knights of Old Republic. It was, whoa, what? So yeah, it's a solid 8.5. Freedom, you can choose planets, right? If I remember correctly, yeah, you could. We played it last time. You can choose planets, you can do the whole quests. There is not 9. but I would say it's a solid 8. Party, you have evil party members, good party members, you have to choose. How do you fight with them? They have different abilities, things, special features, I would say. There are some are Jedi, some are blaster fighters. But it's more of a Baldur's Gate 1 with a less fun companions. I would say they're a bit lower, so let's go with a 6. The arc enemy that you feel, that you follow, it's fun, it's I think 7.5. It's on the Star Wars levels. It's Star Wars. For me, it's on a level 6. Fidelity, now it's low. So it's not higher than 4.5. Cinematics, there are some cinematics, there are cutscenes. I would say that's a level 4, yeah. 4.5. Spell effects, and that's all worse for me than any other game. Because I would say that it's limited number of those VFX, and the floating grenade was never. Oh, I think I have some bugs, but now they're limited. But I would say that it's like a. Here it's something like Baldur's Gate has, so 8, 7. Yeah, and those mechanics were just, yeah. D&D, so complex, but it's not well explained. Yeah, I played both Icewind Dale and I don't know if I have it on a list. Both of the Icewind Dales, but I need to add. Yeah, so Icewind Dale will be there, 1 and 2. Just wondering if I'm missing something else, because I have Fallouts, Wastelands, Might and Magic 8 and 9. I could give it here, but I don't remember it at all. So I'm giving only Legacy, Tyranny, Origins, because other 2, I didn't play the 2. Started, played it. Inquisition. Neverwinter Nights 1, Neverwinter Nights 2, only the Storm of Zahir, because I never played the one that is most reckoned like that's the Mask of Betrayer, because I never finished Neverwinter Nights 2. I didn't like the base version. I really like the Storm of Zahir, that's why I will take Storm of Zahir. Baldur's Gate 4, Mass Effect. I didn't play 2 and 3. I will say it clearly here, I didn't play 2 and 3 just because how BioWare destroyed the progression of this game. I hate when you get levels when you do a story quest. Oh, you did a story quest, I will give you a level up now. Ooh, yeah! And after three other main story quests, I will give you 3 more level ups. You want to do a side quest? Yeah, do it for money. Oh, hate it. Jade Empire, Temple of Untitled, Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, Pool of Radiance, Ruins of Midrun. I'm trying, I don't know if I'll do it, and probably KOTOR 2, but I'm trying to remember how much I'm guessing how much I will remember, so it may be, let's not do it. Okay, let's go back to the KOTOR, because I would like to finish it. 4. User experience. It was annoying. There was combat log, there was tooltips and things like that, but it wasn't as good. It was a 4. Another one, 4. You could save. You couldn't respect your companions well. You have to play it with your... Oh, it's a Baldur's Gate level quality. It's not that much different. Voice acting. Yeah, you're right. Controls. 2. Now I remember. Thanks, Berthing. Thanks, Berthing. Voice acting. Oh, here is my favorite part. How to make a fully voice acted game and not pay too much for voice acting. You make everybody that does a side quest in this game an alien that does and you gotta go for a quest about somebody stolen something from their room. Okay, I will do it. Okay. You go, the mayor was kidnapped. And you're done. You don't have to play professional voice actors. All the side quests are voiced. So it's full. I agree. I agree that they are written. They are sad that they just didn't want to translate it to different languages later on. So they are acting. They just don't want to be translated into German, French, and things like that. So that narrows down the cost. And things like that. So, but for me, it's losing the purpose. I'm losing the purpose that I have to read. For me, it could be almost none. But I agree. I'm just joking here. But I will give it a 8. Because it's in the middle between 4 and 10, almost in the middle. On a higher scale, it's good. Music. It's a Baldur's Gate level. I have to remove that. Category because I don't know how to do SFX. I don't know what. They either are really bad or not, and I can give it in the cons if there is something really annoying in the SFX. Putting always 6 is just not worth it. So I'll update it. No, single player only. There is some community. The Star Wars community is so huge, but I would say that it is there. They will help you do a build. There's not that much mods. Okay, and for pros, I would add here. I don't remember the name, but it's a very nice card game. And very important thing. I want to add it to every game that has it. If I have an arena in a game, it's a bonus. So, the Fire 2. Give me in the DLC. You have arena. Not that good, but you have arena. Kingmaker doesn't have arena. Baldur's Gate. I'm just wondering if 2 has an arena. A small room where you just fight and fight and fight and fight. Not that much story, but a lot of fighting because you are on arena. I don't think so. I don't remember any arena, right? I will add it if I need. So here. I'm just wondering. It's Star Warsy vibe, I agree. But I played it last time and I'm just like... I don't want to open a soundtrack of that and listen. That's my difference between... So it's on the same level as Pillars of Eternity, Baldur's Gate. I can listen to that. It's a well-written music. But I just don't want to... I want to listen to that soundtrack now. At Divine level. Because for Divine has a very nice vibe for me. Just for me, of course. I'm not saying that it's the best music. I'm saying that it's more in that with me. So here, I will go with 0.1 for the arena. And here we will go for a card game. We will give +0 to, it's a very fun card game, and 0 for arena, maybe even 0.50. 0.3 card game and arena, that's 0.3. I'm just wondering if I'm missing anything in KOTOR that I forgot. There is a pod racing, but for that I will have to give minus, so let's avoid thinking about that. Yeah, I think it's worse than Baldur's Gate. It's a still solid 50%. Because here there is a more... Is it so much worse in Divinity? Just trying to remember. Okay, I will tell you why I think it's so much worse here. Because it's 82 hours and 92 hours, and I have similar number of builds as for 36 hours nights. I think that it's comparison to how long the game is to beat. So okay, so let's see after arenas. We have Original Sin 1 and 2 in the first place. You do me a favor and format cells. Two games on the list were overall game of the year. Really? 2 games? Which 2 games? So that would be the first place. That would be the second place. Can you go black? So the third one is... Yep, it is now the fair. Third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. That's really close. Baldur's Gate 2 and Divinity Enhanced for me. 6. 7. 8. Okay. Dios and KOTOR. Yeah, Dios for me for sure was a game of the year. KOTOR I also think was very high when it was released. For sure. Oh, for sure. Deathfire, I think not, because it wasn't that perfect when it was released. Baldur's Gate 1 for sure and Baldur's Gate 2. Pathfinder was really strong, but it had some issues from the start. And Fallout 2, great. I know what I don't have here, and later on, I don't know if I will start adding games like Witcher 3 or we'll do another list for Witcher 3, because I want the games like Rise of Argonauts or Kingdoms of Alamur. That good games are also interesting for me to see how they fight each other. Okay. So, KOTOR is a good game. We don't see too many masterpieces yet, because we know why Original Sin was bumped down. But we have a very two strong almost masterpieces, because 68 and almost 68 Pillars and Original Sin 2. Yeah, I think that those two games. But very nice thing that is good to notice here. Pillars Eternity 1 to Pillars Eternity 2. It's a regress, not a big one. It's like 2.2%, while Original Sin 2 goes up by 2.5%. So they are learning. They did something bad. I also have to finish soon, so don't worry. But thank you for being here, Vermin Lord. Take care. Have a nice day or evening, wherever you are. So I think that is fine. Yeah, that looks well. I think that those two games I can say are my top. It's sad that Pathfinder really went so down. Not sad. I totally agree with it. I know why. And to be honest, they did. What I wanted to say here, I want to check one thing. If Pillars of Eternity got a good turn-based mode, yep, that would be my best game. If I would get Pillars of Eternity, the turn-based mode, a good turn-based mode, it would be my favorite game. Currently, based on what we discussed. Or other way around, if it would get modding support. Yep. If it would get modding support, I would probably have a lot more mods that I can play, and that's why it would be so hard. I think that my social value is too high, because I could play a single player game and not care that much. So yeah, small adjustments. I think that next time, next week, we'll go with a start, and I will show you guys again the scores and how it is. Let's start doing Fallout. I think I have like 8 minutes more. Yeah, combat. That's a turn-based mode, but it is slow at times, not as that well designed. Even the creators didn't like it. Level designs, there's a lot of exploration and that's I would say an 8. It is an 8. Progression. It's not as good as other future cRPGs, because at one point you just get really strong, and after that you just don't grow that much. I would say that it's a nice 6. I think it's a 6. Complexity. There's a lot of skill checks, and you can play a dumb guy that cannot talk to anybody. Yeah, so I would say that here is a lot of options to play. I would give it a 7. Difficulty. It's a solid. Yeah, you can fight tough enemies. You can rush somewhere, get crumpled. Yeah. Solid 7. Oh yeah. Oh, that's 9. A lot of options and a lot of things to do. 9 for 4.5. Dialogues. Ooh yeah. 9. I had to read them and they were amazing. They were sometimes over the top. I'm just thinking which one is Fallout 1 and which is Fallout 2, because both are great and I'm now trying to distinguish. I think it's 8.59 here. Plot. Not Baldur's 2, but somewhere between 1 and 2, yeah. 8. Freedom. 9. It has a lot of freedom. You can do a lot of things you want. And you feel even higher. Sorry, going to a city, taking all the stuff that a shopkeeper has in the first one. Yeah, the freedom. I would say that the game has a level 10, 9.5. 9.5 does not go over the top. A party. I would say that it's a very low in this game. You can that it's a nothing special. Adversaries really special here also. Would go with that. Side companions, they are fun some, but aesthetics. I would say that a post-apo, and it's a good post-apo with strange mutants and so on, and it's on a level of 7, decent 7. Now it's a 3 or 3. Cinematics, there are cinematics, good. Like 3.5, yeah. Maybe a 4 because it's a good intro. Visual effects, there are some. Not too many. I don't have any issues now with it, so yeah. There are some bugs in the game, but not that much. All the mechanics are not that clear. The AI is not perfect. I would say it's a 6. User experience, yeah, that's painful. 3. Yeah, tooltips come. They don't have anything of that. Yeah, hi Ragadok. Yeah, definitely. We also have some final values and we did some adjustments and things like that. It's getting crazy to see some values I would expect to be higher, some that I would expect to be lower, and yeah, it's even interesting for me to see what I think about games. Other save, recipe, not that strong part of that game, so it's on a color level, I would say. I think it's main path. There was some voice acting, not that much. Music, I would give it a 6 because the soundtrack is okay. I love the intro music, but there's not much about S. Fallout 3 would have like 8 here. Well, that game has like... I have to remove that line. I will do it before the next stream because I don't know what to say about SFX. If it will be bad, I will add it in the pro cons. Yeah, multiplayer. Ooh. No multiplayer. It's a 4. Oh, 3. Okay. Oh yeah. I will probably add some pros because they are missing. I will add some cons because I'm not sure yet. Huh? Yep. I think it will jump to 60. With some pros and cons. It will be very close to 60. And it's strange, yeah. But sorry, Fallout, you don't have that much of a progression for me. It's not perfect for me. It's a very good game. I was always thinking that it's my top 1. But nah. Nah. Not that. Okay, so I will be calling it a day because it's Sunday. I have to get up early tomorrow. Next week we will do Fallout 2, Wasteland 2, and Wasteland 3. So post-apo, we'll see which post-apo game is best. cRPG. I agree, it probably has to be updated that way. For now, I'm using something like weights. So each category impacts the final score more. Also, if the game has pros and cons, it also implies an added multiplier. So if the game is weak and has 2 pros, it will impact less than if a game is perfect and has a extra pros over it. So yeah, I think that I will be tweaking with the values still, and we'll see, but not that much. It feels right for now. I also don't think that the game, any game, will have a score of 0 for me in a gameplay. And if I think a game has a gameplay score of 1 and a graphics score of 10, I would like to have it as an average of a 2. And with giving like 3 or 4 more times points for gameplay, it's doable that way. But I will fiddle with it a little more. So yeah, next week, Wasteland, Fallout. If we have time, we'll jump to more crazy games like Might and Magic 10 Legacy, Tyranny. Let's compare it with Pillars of Eternity. How does it stand? Dragon Age Origins, as we were discussing, Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights, Storm of Zahir. I was explaining why Storm of Zahir, but that's probably in 2 weeks. So we'll discuss it then, why Storm Zahir. For now, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 10 games already done. Slowly updating the list. And I think once we do all of those, we'll see if we can still use that list to input games like Witcher, like Sunkeep, like Diablo. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it can handle. If not, we'll do another list and then do a mapping or something. But for today, I thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you for being here. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with me. And have a good week. Take care. I will see you next time.